Hey guys, Daryl here, another Mandela Effect Earth Changes update. I This one, when I was doing the couple videos on Palestine, where to go and we found it, that I ended up going to the countries list just to see why it was still listed there and what they were saying about it when it's clearly not on the map. Well, not anywheres where it should be anyways, but one thing led to another, and I decided to check on the countries of the world again, because I just did a video recently where I needed to do that. And this is current, actually I'll refresh the page here just to make sure. Yeah, there you go. 196 countries. It's still reporting in the world. But while loading the blog here the other day, I decided when I was putting in the countries, which I went off an official list of, and when I was putting them in the blog, I decided in ordering them to go by twos with the numbers. So as you can see, we started with 2, and I kept going and going and going and going and going, and it felt like an awful lot more than 196 countries. So I won't even get into the territories, of which I think there's over 50 territories that are in dispute and whatnot. We'll just go with the official listed countries of the world, which ended at Zimbabwe, and it was number 472, which some quick math will tell us that equals 236 countries, not 196. So that's what, a discrepancy of a good 40 or so. So I just went back through the list and decided to pick out the ones that just stood out for various reasons to me. Now, I'm not trying to say that all of these are definitely new countries to us, but the list I chose to go off here, I just chose it because it worked best for me and copied and pasted easy. But I did verify it, and you can do the same. I cross-checked it with 3 different lists, so this is officially what they're saying is countries of the world. So what I've done is I kind of went around and marked all the ones that sort of stood out to me. So as it turns out, we're going to be spending a lot more time in Africa than we have to date. As you can see from the scattering of pins, there's been a lot going on, and we're going to touch on these red lines here too that keep showing up all over the globe. And now myself, for a long time, I've been kind of suspecting that Africa was like really changing shape on us. And it's always been a bit like this, but I believe it's kind of fattening out here a fair bit. So I don't know. We'll just go in and have a closer look and let everybody decide for themselves. So just to keep it a little orderly, we're going to start off the coast here, the northwest coast of Africa, and we'll work our way down and then over. But these areas in here, see, this is the Azores. I thought those were mountains in the States somewhere. Then you got, what was the other one here? Santa Barbara is out here. But anyways, this whole little cluster here is supposed to be owned by Portugal. Now myself, I just want to zoom in on each of these islands because we need to get a record of them. I can come back and pull still shots out of these videos later, so part of what we're doing as we go here is just making sure we've got the record. Wow, that's a trippy looking one. I just love the artistic imagination, I guess, of some of these places. It's great. But yeah, all these islands out through here that they're all supposedly owned by Portugal. Now they may all have been, maybe some of them are new, some of them aren't, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm hoping you guys can tell me that. I'm fairly good on a lot of countries and geography, but certainly not a scholar in any stretch of the imagination. But that's why I'm kind of recruiting all your help. Hopefully people will have some direct memories of some of these places. Now the fact that there's over 40 countries that we're going to have to visit, for the sake of keeping these videos a little shorter, I may have to break it into 2 or 3 parts. Look at the stuff we got going on in here. Isn't that trippy? Holy shit. Look at that. It's like little mini volcano tops inside another one and inside each other. Wow, this is awesome. I'd love to come back and get some better looks around this area. That's cool. Very cool. Yes. So Portugal owned 2. That means we got to skip down. See, the reason I threw some of these in, I know some of these are not new for sure, some of these islands, but what on earth some of the airstrips whoever's doing this puts in are incredible. But yeah, some of these I had to include just because if they're not new islands yet, there's certainly gonna have new ones coming. As you can see the stuff, you can tell that's water over it yet, but there's something coming. Oh, and this one's actually broke the surface, or no? Yeah, I think it has. So we definitely want to keep an eye on these bad boys. Santa Maria. Yeah, we zoomed on that, right? Okay. So, moving down. Madeira. We'd like to have a boo at. This is supposedly its own country too. Like, you're gonna find out of probably half of these new countries, or countries I don't recognize, they're all island nations. See, like, look at this one. Had to throw it in there because you can see the island fairly well formed already, but as you can tell, it's not done by any means, I don't think. Just by the coloration all around it here would lead me to believe this bad boy's got a lot of growing to do yet. And again, I'm just trying to make sure I can grab some good stills out of this video later. Sorry for the technical disturbance. Okay. Oh man, we're already coming up on 9 minutes. This is crazy. We haven't even got anything covered really yet. Okay, the Canary Islands. Now, I know I've heard of the Canary Islands for sure, without a doubt. But I don't know, when you get looking closer at some of these, they sure look like they just might be in some kind of transformation. So again, we're gonna make sure we get everything logged here. And this way too, you guys will know where they are and you can come snooping. See again the funny coloration around there. Really highly suspicious of growth activity. Yeah, that just doesn't look right. That looks typical of what we see when there's still a lot of change happening. Okay, sorry we're going so slow. I just gotta let it focus each time it stops. Okay. Maybe I won't get so greedy and we'll just zoom on some of the things that really catch our interest. Like this, is that water or? No, it's mountain. Oh, hey, there we go. Something going on down here. Definitely want to make sure we get this logged. Okay. Yes, the Canary Islands. I don't know. I'd love to hear from you guys, but were they this densely populated? I mean, look at the cities on here. Holy, this is crazy. And this whole thing, other than the mountain where you can't get on it, is pretty much jammed with people. I thought they were more of a tourist destination type place, but again, could be mistaken for sure. And obviously am, because look at this. Holy, that's a lot of people jammed pretty tight. Wowzers. No kidding, eh? Huh. Okay, but yes, here we go. More and more of them. Does anyone really out there, if you happen to know how many there are and what size they should be, it'd be really nice to hear from you. But the main reason, I know the canaries aren't new, but these I would have to bet money on are, for a couple of reasons. It look like they're still underwater and you can't focus on them yet, which is typical of stuff that's under construction yet. So we just make sure we get, oh yeah, look at this bad boy, he's right through. Looks like it's already getting populated too. Maybe not. No, is that? Hard to say. It looks like maybe the roads and stuff are just forming on this one. Interesting. Okay, you know what? Looking at the time here, holy cow, we're gonna have to maybe just finish scooting down the coast, and then we'll pop on to Africa itself. Here's another new one, Cape Verde. This is supposedly a country, which I guess covers all of these islands. So, just need a shot of this because I'll bet you these ones are going to be growing for sure. Probably joining this one eventually. Alright. Okay, we got that. I love these things. There's volcanoes in volcanoes, only they're not, because as you can tell, there's just no volcanic activity around it or anything. Look at this guy. All this light blue is very typically means changes in these seashore cuts like this. For sure, this guy is still growing. Okay. Now, did we miss any in here? I think so. Man, there's... How do you not know about a country like this? But maybe I don't. If you zoomed this, you'd see a lot of activity, new work around the beaches for sure. I just want to try and save us some time here and not have to come back myself. And they just don't end. Look at this stuff. They sure vary, in the layout and the geography, mountains to meadows to sand. I'm guessing where we can't focus on him, he's just coming through, and lots of growth yet to come. All three of these, same thing. Very interesting. Wow. Definitely like to get a shot of this, because I bet you that'll be changing. Especially in here in the beachfront. In fact, let's try to log that real good. This here color always indicates some serious change coming. Okay, man, I'm hoping that's it for these ones, and I think maybe if that covers the islands, we will close this off and get it uploading, and I'll possibly bang out Africa here right after it. Take care, guys.